Hey everybody, welcome back. It's week 6 and we are we're right at halfway through our English extravaganza for technical and professional writing. So let's take a quick look at what's going on. I do want to share the recent message that Miss Rackley posted. She's going to be on vacation this week and next week. God bless her. I wish I was. Um, but she has given you contact information for one of our other librarians, Allison Norton. And of course, there's always help available in the library, but Allison knows that, that we are associated with Miss Rackley. So I'm sure she's filled her in on some of the things that you might need help with. So feel free to reach out for that. Okay. This week, in week 6, we are working on the FAR, finally. The formal analytical report is the major assignment in this particular class, and you will be doing a deep dive on a topic of your choosing, and you're going to be reporting that information 2 different ways. So you are going to be writing a formal analytical report, which is exactly what it sounds like. You are also going to be creating a presentation based on your formal analytical report. It's not a different project. It's not new information. It is just another way of delivering that information to an audience. So the work that you're doing for the FAR, and hopefully even the work that you did last week for the technical document portfolio, is going to help you complete this major assignment. You'll notice that each week we have a different piece. So this week, you're only turning in your topic choice, and I will give you feedback. If you have chosen a topic that I don't think you can really dig deep enough into or whatever, I will let you know. So you want to report that, and we'll keep going with it. Most of the time, the topic choice is absolutely fine, but you may need to add some additional things to it in order to really make it an in-depth procedure. But most of the time, those are in good shape. In week 7, you're going to be turning in the initial bibliography, which is of course potential sources for the formal analytical report in APA style, because that's what we're using for everything in this particular class. That is also the chance that you will have to revise your technical document portfolio. I haven't started grading those yet. It's Tuesday morning still. I haven't started grading them yet, but I'll get those back to you as soon as possible. As you guys probably have noticed during the summer, I am aware of how fast things move. And so I do try to get your assignments back really, really quickly. So keep an eye out for grades on those. And once you have a grade, you can, of course, check the feedback and then make any revisions within a week. Okay. So that's what's due in week 7. In week 8, you're going to also reshare your bibliography, and it may have changed because you're continuing to work on this document. And you're also going to include the outline. A lot of people get confused about what outlines are, so we'll talk about that more as week 8 rolls around. But for right now, realize that's what you're doing. You're also going to be learning about presenting. And so there's a presentation quiz that you'll complete in week 8. Week 9, you will be sharing your rough drafts with each other using Canvas's discussion board feature. And we're going to be helping each other do peer reviews of that document. Now, you're going to turn it in to me in week 10, but the more you have done in week 9 and the more that your classmates can look at, the more help you're able to get. So keep in mind that the real full draft is due in week 10, and that one goes to me, but you're also going to be sharing, prior to that, you're going to be sharing it with classmates, getting some feedback from them. In week 10, you're also going to turn in the PowerPoint or Google Slides, whatever kind of visual you decide to use for your presentation, you're going to turn that in first. Then you will have an additional week to do the recording. You are going to record yourself presenting your information, and you're going to submit that in week 11. In week 12, we have our last assignment, which is job related. Okay, so we talked about in the professional writing portfolio that business letters and cover letters use business letter format. So we've already kind of done some of that, but that's what your final big project is, along with the final exam. Now, the actual job search portfolio is not due until the day the final exam is due, but of course, the sooner you turn it in, the better. But that's you will not have the opportunity to revise that. So you want to make sure that you do your best on it the first time, because we will have run out of semester. That's the only reason. Okay, so let's take a look at this week's module to get some clarity on what we're doing and what tools are available to you. Week 6's learning overview and materials. We've got a link to the textbook. There is not a new reading assignment, but you can review the things that are related to the technical reports and sample reports linked at the end of the document. So in that PDF at the end, there's a lot of different sample documents that they use. I've also got a chapter on formal analytical reports from OSU, a lecture video, and of course, the video that we're looking at right now. Let's take a look at the topic choice assignment. You may notice that this is, you're going to submit this in basically like a short paper. I do want you to use APA style, so you will have a cover page. You will have the information on page 2. And then if you do have some sources now, go ahead and include those in the bibliography. But the full bibliography is due next week. So this is really just an introductory paragraph, a kind of rough outline. You'll fine tune that in 2 more weeks. And then, of course, like I said, if you've already found some sources, maybe you found some that you used in your technical document portfolio, you might want to include those because they will probably play into your formal analytical report. The biggest thing that you want to do this week, and it is not in the readings and resources, but the biggest thing you want to do this week is to review the full assignment for the formal analytical report. And I'm not going to read this to you. We've kind of gone over it before, but this shows you everything that you're going to need to do. The only thing it does not tell you is exactly how long this is going to be. But I want you to keep in mind, this is a 200-point assignment. So it is definitely going to be more than a page or two. So it does need to be an in-depth look at your subject matter. If you have questions about it, reach out. I would encourage you, as you're thinking about questions on the formal analytical report, this would be an excellent time to utilize the Q&A discussion board. Nobody ever uses those anymore. It's sad, but I get it, because most of the questions that you might want to ask are private. And so email or inbox is, it makes more sense. But especially when it comes to these big projects that everybody is working on, it's really helpful if you ask those on the discussion board, because then we can look at it all together. Okay. Anyway, that's where we are this week. I hope you guys are having a great week 6, and I will see you back here live, recorded in week 7. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.